Dear Western New York Chinese American community members, distinguished guests, friends, my name is Jun Wang-Tiedeman. I serve as president and elected board member of Chinese Club of Western New York. On behalf of the board and entire organization, I welcome you to the All Heritages Celebrate and Lunar New Year Celebration Gala 2022. Chinese Club of Western New York was founded in 1954 and it became a non-profit organization in the beginning of the century. For many, many years, our mission is to provide the centralized home for the local Chinese community in Western New York. In the last few days, a few interesting things have been happening. The Winter Olympics Games is ongoing in Beijing, and Norway is leading the medal list currently. China has won a golden medal, and we're hoping that the U.S. team, now 2 silvers, to catch up soon. February is the Black History Month, started February 1st. The Erie County Library is holding the Black History Month Reading Challenge to help the readers to learn about Black history makers, explore cultural traditions, and honor the evolution of Black history in America. February 1st is also the Lunar New Year Day of 2022. For the Lunar New Year, it is customary for many Chinese American families to spend time together and exchange gifts, including money wrapped in red and gold packages that we usually give to children. Today, we are very thankful to have not just families, but many good friends to gather around and spend a half day with us to celebrate this important holiday with us. More excitedly, on January 25th, we received Governor Kathy Hochul's video message to congratulate the Lunar New Year. Please take a look.
Hi, I'm Governor Kathy Hochul, and on behalf of the entire state of New York, I want to wish you a Xin Nian Kuai Li. Every year I cherish the opportunity to participate in Lunar New Year celebrations throughout our entire state, and this year is no different. We're now in the year of the tiger, whose defining characteristics are bravery, confidence, courage, and determination. And these are the same traits that the Asian American community has embodied for more than a century, especially during these last 2 years as we battled the COVID-19 pandemic. New York State is so proud to be the home of more than 1.6 million Asian Americans. And more people of Asian descent and origin live in New York City than any other city outside of Asia. So when we say that our diversity is our strength, we're speaking directly to and about this community. Asian Americans have literally helped build this state. They've shaped our culture, our identity, and our economy. And I have no doubt that they'll continue to do so for generations to come. As I have for many, many years, I look forward to joining you as well to celebrate Lunar New Year together. May the Year of the Tiger bring you health and prosperity.
Today we are honored for the opportunity of having Ms. Joan Kesner as our guest speaker. She's the Director of Asian American Affairs, Governor's Western New York District Director, Executive Chamber. She has been working with the governor for the last 25 years in politics. She will speak on behalf of the first female governor of New York State, Kathy Hochul. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Joan Kesner.
Thank you, everybody. Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to be here to represent Governor Kathy Hochul. As you know, she gives her sincere wishes for a wonderful new year of longevity, health, and peace. And we would like to also thank, at this time, the leadership of the Chinese Club, President Ms. Jun and Dr. Van Feng, the board chairman, for the work they have done to lead the Chinese American community. Let's give them a round of applause. I would also like to take a moment to recognize our friends in government who joined us for this celebration. Our Assemblywoman, Karen Mcmahon, our Town of Amherst Supervisor, Kulpa, and our County Legislator, Vinal. The governor did mention, but yesterday she was in a parade in Flushing, New York, celebrating the new Chinese New Year. It was 27 degrees. And our trooper, the first woman, the state of New York governor, was out there celebrating this glorious day on behalf of the Chinese people. But you see, my luck is already improving for wearing red and being here because I'm in a nice, toasty, warm auditorium celebrating it with you. When I researched the significance of this new year, one thing stuck in my mind, and it was something that we all need to hear, that you will get good luck if you have good thoughts and be kind to one another. So with everything that's going on in our world today, I send that message to all of you and send it to your neighbors and your friends that to be kind is a wonderful thing, but then to have the good luck with it that this Chinese New Year brings is more significant. So thank you very much. I am the Western New York Director for the governor. As mentioned, I've been with her for more than 25 years in various capacities. But we were very fortunate to bring a new person onto our staff. And I would like to introduce my friend and colleague, Lunar. He is the new Deputy Director of the Asian American Affairs. Let's give him a round of applause. Our governor wanted to make sure that you had a representative that you can go to here in Western New York. And he travels all over the state of New York representing various groups. And today we have a proclamation from the governor to give to you, Joan, on behalf of this celebration. And I don't think you want me to read this whole thing. We'll be here all day. But congratulations on this beautiful day in
Like Miss Joan Kesner just introduced, Karen Mcmahon. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Assemblywoman serving New York State Assembly from 146th District 146. She's a lawyer by education. She's been to our event before and a great supporter of Chinese American community in the town. Please join me in welcoming Assemblywoman Karen Mcmahon.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Karen Mcmahon. As June said, I'm the New York State Assemblywoman from Amherst. I'd like to thank you, June, and the Chinese Club of Western New York for inviting me to be a part of this most beautiful event. I'd also like to recognize Dr. Feng, the board chair, Ms. Jasmine Chen, the vice chairwoman, and all the board members of the Chinese Club, past and present. I've always believed that one of the principal assets of this community is our diversity. We are all enriched by the opportunity to share in the holidays, the food, and the cultural traditions of our neighbors. I'd like to commend the Chinese Club of Western New York for sharing the beauty of Chinese culture with the Buffalo and Western New York region since 1954, an entire generation. The tiger is an animal that embodies courage and bravery. As we embark on the Year of the Tiger, may we harness the power of that beautiful and fierce creature and overcome the challenges of the last year with resiliency and strength. I hope the Year of the Tiger brings you and your loved ones good health, prosperity, and peace. And thank you again for allowing me to participate in this lovely event.
Thank you, Assemblywoman. Jun Wang-Tiedeman, Erie County legislator, serving District 5. She never misses any of our events, and she knows a lot about the Chinese culture. She's a lawyer by education and great supporter of our community. We're grateful to have her being with us today. Please join me welcoming Ms. Jun Wang-Tiedeman.
I was thinking about what I wanted to say, and there's three things. And one is that I'm proud to stand with my friends from the Chinese Club of Western New York, and thinking in the new year about the things we've done and resolutions about the things we're going to do. Thinking about the Red Lantern and the light that our Chinese Club of Western New York. I have to disagree with the governor. I think our Chinese American community, Western New York, is actually the best in the United States, because they do so much that when there was issues with hatred and racism, our Chinese Club of Western New York immediately gathered together. When there was issues about COVID, our Chinese Club of Western New York and the Chinese Chamber of Commerce raised, I think, $40,000 and then raised more than that, and supplied our hospitals, supplied everything. They did so much for our community. So I am proud to stand there, and I'm happy to invite everyone to continue to stand with the Chinese Club as I am. There's 3 events coming up. There's this event, there's the summer, there's a beautiful event that the county helped fund, and we're going to fund more this coming year. And there's a hockey game that's going to be happening, and we're doing an event with the History Society, the History Museum, with Janice Chen, and we're doing all that. So I asked us to remember that I just wanted to share one thing. The one thing that I was going to challenge maybe to do more, that we can never do too much, is that do more for our university students. I have a friend, her name is Joan, also, I won't say her last name, she works at Roswell. But her daughter and her best friend, who's a good friend of mine too, they were going to go cross country for 3 months. And she was so worried, oh, she's going to go to cross country, oh, what's going to happen? And then she said, I told my daughter the night before she was leaving, we had a party, and I told my daughter that if it's late and you're driving and you're tired, take your car and go to the airport. Take a picture of where your car is, and then get on the plane and come back home to Buffalo. And so I laughed. I said, they're going to be tired every night. Every night they're going to be tired. I thought you were going to say, go to a hotel near the airport. And she said, no, come home. And so then a few months went by, and we got together, and I said, you know what you are? I was thinking about it. You're bogus. What? I said, oh, you're a hypocrite. Do you know that word? Yes, I know that word. I said, you're a hypocrite. Why? Why am I a hypocrite? This lady does so much. She's a research scientist, like I said, for Roswell. She spends her life helping people, but I was teasing her. I said, you're a hypocrite. Why? I said, you're worried about your daughter traveling in a car in a country where she's gone to school, she speaks the language, she's with her best friend, she has enough money, and she's, can drive back, she can get on a plane, she has you here. Well, you came all the way from China. You didn't have anyone with you. You didn't know anyone here. And how were you thinking of your mother? She said, I wasn't thinking of my mother. And she said, and I couldn't drive for years, and I didn't know anyone, and I didn't speak the language as well as I thought I did. So the thing is, that was reminding me, we have to do as much as we can for the Chinese students that are at UB, because some of those students may end up deciding where they're going to live in the world. And I want them to live here in Western New York with us. And I want them to be welcomed as part of our community. So I did make we did the County of Erie for all the things that the Chinese community has done, our Chinese American community, including the Chinese Club, obviously, have done. We do have a certificate of accommodation, of recognition from the County of Erie with regard to that. And for James, should I have them? Let's come, or should we give them to? Yeah, thank you. That's thanks. Thank you. Yes, okay. So we have them for all of the board members and for our immediate past board member and the president, obviously. So anyway, thank you so much and Happy New Year.
Yes, talking about the first trip to the U.S., 8,000 miles with 5 suitcases. Well, been there. Okay. Now, next, on behalf of the CCWNY, I welcome Mr. Brian Kulpa. Who is the supervisor of the town of Amherst, a great supporter of the Chinese American community as well. He's an architect, an urban planner by education. He has been to Asian Food Culture Festival at Canal Side a couple times. We're grateful to have him and to speak with us. Please welcome Mr. Brian Kulpa.
Thank you first to the Chinese Club of Western New York. It's not hard to get me to go to a food festival. There were a few very difficult acts to follow. As I reflect on what it means to celebrate New Year and what it means to celebrate New Year in so many different cultures, what always comes to mind for me is this idea of new beginnings. Deputy Supervisor Jackie Berger, who's able to join me today, she and I talked a little bit at the beginning of this year about what new beginnings meant in the Amherst community. And so many of you in this room have been participating in our Amherst Economic Recovery Plan, our green space planning, our community planning efforts across town. And this year will mark a new start for green space and parkland. This year will mark a new start for the retail industry in the west side of town as we look to reorganize. This year will mark a new start in our economy. And we're doing it together. We're doing it as a community that celebrates its diversity, that celebrates all the unique cultures that are able to express themselves. And I thank you so much for being part of that, for allowing me to participate in your activities and events. I open our arms to celebrate and to continue to celebrate the Chinese culture in Amherst. I look forward to a wonderful 2022 working alongside all of you. Thank you so much.
Those are great plans. We're glad to be part of it. Thank you, Brian. And next, let's welcome the representative from Hispanic community, Kelly Hernandez. You have to teach me how to pronounce your name correctly, I'm sorry. She represents the board of directors for the council. Please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kelly Hernandez, and I'm here representing the Board of Directors of the Hispanic Heritage Council of Western New York. I would like to thank the Chinese American Club of Western New York for this great invitation to celebrate diversity and culture through your Lunar New Year celebration. Thank you. We support your tradition in celebrating and promoting our different backgrounds and heritages from Western New York. What a wonderful opportunity that you take to bring diversity and to bring all of our cultures together during your celebration. Thank you for that. The Hispanic Heritage Council is working eagerly to create a legacy for our future generations. We understand that knowing our own roots and understanding where others come from will create generations of empowerment. When we learn and understand each other, we realize that the world is really just one village. We thank you and look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you.
That was a beautiful speech. Thank you, Kelly. We do share a lot in common. Today, we brought together organizations spanning across Chinese, Indian, Hispanic communities, museums and galleries, and businesses, and ensured all organizations have the opportunities to showcase their proud cultures and to celebrate the Lunar New Year with the Chinese American culture. Many thanks to EC 200, supported by Erie County and partners. As a highlight of EC 200 closure, Chinese American community is proud to present a more efficient and effective way to interact with other communities. Let's give a big round of applause to our partners. Thank you, all the partners. Greatly appreciate the support of the board members. They are Dr. Jen Feng, the board chair, Ms. Jasmine Chen, the Vice Chairwoman, Mr. Zhen Liu, Secretary of Board, Mr. Jun Wang, Finance Director, Ms. Yang Hong Na, Mr. Chen Liang, Mr. Zhenan Wu, and Mr. Min Tian, and myself. We cannot achieve this goal without our donors. Thank you for your trust and support, Dr. Guo Xu and Ling Ling, Emily Shen, Yingzi Yang, Zhen Liu, Gui Chang Chang, Jiannan Wu, Jun Wang, and Zhen Li. Our proud sponsors, thanks for your generous support to our mission. These are the bronze supporters. Sponsors and the silver sponsors. And next is our gold and platinum and the featured sponsors. Thank you all to all the partners. Special thanks to the CCWNY Senior Group, Buffalo Chinese School, Chinese Chamber of Commerce of Western New York, Chinese Youth Club, for your support to the community and CCWNY. Together, we're stronger. I would also like to appreciate all volunteers from our community. Thank you for taking your time to help us. Always put the community events as your priority of your time and effort. We wouldn't achieve so much without you. Please give a big round of applause for yourself. Last but not the least, I would like to extend my gratitude to the Center for the Arts staff, who provided a tremendous service and support to this gala. Special thanks to Catherine Tribanowski, Beth Patrick, and Sarah Wild, and the crew on today, Josh, Patty, Marco, Ricky's, Mariah, and Caden. May this new year be filled with happiness, prosperity, and many precious moments with your loved ones. Enjoy this festival to the fullest and make this celebration the best of them all. Happy Chinese New Year 2022. Without further ado, let me introduce you the beautiful show we put together for you. Please enjoy.